Good morning, everyone. Good morning, fellow YouTubers. Good morning to the good, the bad, and the mentally disturbed. I wish you all well on this Saturday morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Myself, I'm doing quite fine. Got up at 4:30, got some work done. Yeah, about 5 hours of work this morning. Most of you were still asleep and probably just waking up. Nothing's wrong with that. Just talking about myself. Um, Me talking about myself should not have any effect on you. Because I know a lot of you want to make today a lazy Saturday. And a lot of you have had 5 lazy Saturdays in a row. It's your business. Yeah, I need to check this weather report because I think it's going to be nice today and I'm getting up out of here. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. I'm always up super early. So I might as well be working. I'm sure a lot of you can agree to that. So if you're already on here, give me a thumbs up or a greeting, because although I've been up since 4:30 working and talking to myself. Good morning, how you doing? Boy 66. I'd rather not spend time now talking to myself when I can talk to you all. Like I said earlier, excuse me, y'all. Like I said earlier, good morning to the good, the bad, and the mentally disturbed. Greetings to you all on this Saturday morning. I'll start over now that I know you guys are in here. My morning started at 4:30 when I got up and decided to do a little bit of work. Like I said yesterday, I'll be up early this morning working. I got 5 hours in, so I'm having a late breakfast. I do have some errands to run. And I am meeting a particular young lady for a late lunch. I don't even call that lunch. The meeting at 3 o'clock. So that's not lunch. Y'all gotta excuse me, this pollen is still messing with me. It's an awful feeling. So I titled this one, Coffee and Conversation. So, you guys have anything in particular you like to add, go right ahead. I don't mind the comments no matter what it is, because first of all, I'm not easily offended. I play victim. I play the hurt one. I will. But that only gets you so far. And like I said, I love to talk trash, so be my guest. The simple breakfast sandwich is really good. I've got the original English muffin, fried flat egg, regular sausage, a half a piece of cheese, and I just put just a little bit of apple jelly on it with a little cinnamon. Because apple and cinnamon does go good together. So it's actually pretty good. And I would also like to thank Amazon for their $15 gift card this morning. The claim of this certain brand of security camera that supposedly had a 2-year battery life didn't make it. Maybe 14 months. Battery was already dead. But luckily I already had some lithium batteries because that's what they require. So I got on Amazon this morning while I was working, chatting away, and told them, the reviews and everything was talking about this particular camera. Battery life was 2 years. And customer service checked the date of my purchase. Not close to 2 years. And I told them, well, luckily I had some batteries, blah, blah, blah. So she being a nice person, she issued me a $15 gift card, which was pretty good. Because there is something on there I do want to buy. I have it in my cart, but I'm waiting on them to offer me a deal on it, waiting for the price to drop, then I'll apply that. It's nothing I need right now. That's one of the things they typically do. You leave something in your cart for a while. Usually, they'll issue a price drop. Sometimes, especially if you shop with them quite often. So, thanks for the gift card, Amazon. I think I should negotiate and try to get $20 or $25. But it is what it is. So I'm going to enjoy it and make my purchase. And somebody said, don't talk while I'm eating. Well, I can just say, hey, look, go away, come back in about 10 minutes. I'll be done eating. That's all you got to do. Go brush your teeth or do something. Go fix you a cup of tea and then come back. I don't know what you mean, Wendell, by is she a baddie? Explain that to me. Explain your idea of a baddie. And then I can answer that question. After all, it is coffee and conversation. So, Wendell, let's hear it. I think a lot of us would like to know what your idea of the baddie is. Oh well, I guess not. I really want to know. For you coffee drinkers, how do you like your coffee? I used to do 3 cups a morning. I know I should cut back, but yeah, Alan, I see you coming in from Brazil. I myself is once again Metro Atlanta, Georgia. I keep forgetting to post my location. It's probably on there. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, a few errands this morning, and then meeting up with my friend. She seems to be a great person. We've been missing each other the past couple of weeks. Not phone tag, but person tag. So she finally reached out this morning and said she had some free time. So y'all know me. Which coffee shop? I mean, and so anyway, we're gonna meet in the Midtown area. La Perilla, I believe it is. And being that she's not from here, I kept giving her the history of Atlanta, Georgia, because in order to sell that particular area of town, they rebranded it as West Midtown. No, it's Techwood. I'm from here. Techwood. Do your history. Techwood Homes was one of the most ruthless housing projects back in the day. And yes, I spent time in there. You know, I had friends and family and everything there. And, you know, back then, if you knew somebody that knew somebody, you would go to the hood to get what you needed, whether it was a car battery or some tires or everything. So anyway, her not being from here, so I told her that, we'll meet at the Mexican spot because she lives close by. And I'll take her on a little short tour of the area to get her kind of acquainted to what's what. And she was like, well, I grew up in such and such and such and such in Charlotte. And she said, that was really, I said, yeah, look it up, Techwood Homes. You know, and I say the whole Georgia Tech area, all that. I used to roll up through there. I mean, it was nothing for us. I mean, we were used to it. You know, that was home for us. Between Techwood and Bourne Homes, and every now and then we would go to East Lake Meadows, but yeah, it was garbage over there. For my own personal opinion, the girls, yeah. So growing up in this area and knowing the area pretty good, and she wanted to go to Atlantic Station because she'd never been to Atlantic Station. And she was like, well, I'll drive. I said, no, I'll drive. I said, I'm good with that. I'll drive. I don't mind driving. This lady said, well, you want some gas money? Y'all know what? I should have said, yeah, fill my tank up. I mean, since she was offering, gas is high. That's the first time I ever heard a lady offer something like that. I guess because I'm going to be driving her around. You know, I don't know. So she wanted to go to Atlantic Station. So I was telling her about the whole spiel of originally it was Atlantic Steel. It was a steel plant. I was working across the street at the time, which was the old Bell South building. And I was up on maybe the 10th or 12th floor. That's when Bell South, before it became whoever it is now, the landline phones, y'all. The phone, yeah, the regular phone company. Okay, let me bring y'all up to speed for the young heads. They were redoing a lot of their grid in the metro area, so I got hired temporarily to help them. And in the meantime, I got to watch. I mean, y'all can Google it. Atlantic Station, Atlanta, Georgia. And I got to watch them clear out the old Atlantic Steel and transform it into Atlantic Station that it is today. So I'm sitting up at this high rise looking down. And I actually was two-timing my full-time job. I worked for another company then, so it don't matter. This is so long ago. So, you know, I managed to get 2 paychecks. Let's just say that. So I was, you know, I was hustling. I was just on my only concern was whether or not somebody's gonna run into me while I was over there in that big old high-rise building. And at the time, that old Bell South building, for its time, had a really nice atrium, the whole coffee shop thing, all that stuff downstairs. The whole cafeteria area was really nice. And that's what brought up my subject about the other day when I was talking about these guys seeing these ladies in the coffee shops and all these things. And this was way before what that place called the Buck's Place, the coffee shop, which I'm not gonna patronize them. I'm not gonna give them their props or nothing, unless I'm getting paid to advertise. So anyway, I got to watch that whole Atlantic Station come into being. So she wants to go to Atlantic Station, and I told her, well, we'll probably stop by the Curb Market, which the Curb Market has changed a lot. It was back in the day, it was mostly, which is next to Grady Hospital. So I'm giving y'all a little bit of history if you ever thought about visiting the city. The Curb Market, back when I was young, I can remember this. We all rode down there in the car together. When you go in the Curb Market, you can actually hear that sound of that saw cutting up that meat, you know. It's a real sharp pitch of a sound. So we walked through the Curb Market and all this kind of stuff. And it was mostly then, I would say, during that era, mostly black vendors and white vendors. And I'm not making this about race, but it has transpired now into, I wouldn't say an Asian market, but there is a lot more diverse things going on. Diverse. And but my favorite market is up on Buford Highway. It's kind of like if you imagine a world market. You can get fish from all around the world. And for you that love octopus, you can get octopus. You can get shark. You can get squid. You can get whatever you think about. And I just kind of happened upon that place one day. I was going up there because at the time, Burlington Coat Factory was very scarce in the metro area. And that was one of the biggest ones up there. So that's why I used to go. And I saw that place, so I went in there. I didn't get much because it was too far from my house. But the next time I went up there, I stopped and got me a styrofoam cooler because I didn't want to put that fish and stuff in my regular cooler. And then I got to worry about the the fish smell when I'm drinking my beer. Styrofoam cooler. Waited till I got up there, packed it with ice, and I went in there and got my fish because we talking fresh fish. They would wrap it for you, you know. So I came back with all this fresh fish and came home and cleaned it again. Cause they would clean it for you. If they're not busy, you can ask them to clean it. And all you gotta do is go home and batter it and fry it. So they would clean it for you. So I came home and cleaned it again, and I sliced it into little morsels. And some of it I froze, and some of it I was able to cook on for the next couple of weeks. So anyway, she wants to check out that world market. And I said, well, okay, but we're gonna have to stop and get a styrofoam cooler, trust me. So we're gonna do that. She's gonna check out that market. And I may take my action camera with me so I can do some video footage of the place. Cause I'm sure she'll be taking her camera. And she seems pretty cool. She's understanding of my situation, that I'm not really actively looking, but you know, when you're not looking, that's when you find somebody. So we're gonna have a great day out, and I'm glad the weather looks like it's gonna cooperate. And while we're out, I might hint around to the fact that having her go to the RV and camping show with me next weekend, because I am going. I typically go to those places by myself, but through talking to her, she's already told me she likes to camp. She even likes going fishing. So that's, hey. And I'm not much of a fisherman, but finding somebody that likes doing those things is great. And this is all preliminary based on what we've talked about. Who knows how today is going to turn out? You know, we'll start with the Mexican spot. I typically go over there and keep it simple. I normally get like maybe chicken fajitas, a small portion, and something like that. And who is this texting me this early in the morning? Oh, that's her. Yeah, good morning to you too. So we're gonna meet up, and I'm not doing any drinking over there because I think we got a full day. Plus, I'll be driving, so that's out. And that particular area where the Mexican spot is grown up so much. They're pretty much stacking everybody on top of each other, which doesn't work well for your GPS. That's one thing she told me. She keeps getting lost because as soon as her GPS tells her to turn right, she's already passed her street. So I think it's going to be a good day. I think it is. I think I'll keep her entertained, keep her laughing. You know, last night doing our phone conversation, I mean, I was on one. I had her cracking up. Just talking about myself. And then once again, here she goes. You should be a comedian. Y'all know why people keep telling me that. Y'all, look, I ain't finna get on no stage. I probably would do it if I can do my own backdrop, my own setting. I probably would do it. Or unless the next time I go out with a group of friends, and I might just say, I want to see what y'all are talking about. Here, set my phone up and just let it record, because I don't see it. I just be running my mouth. But people laughing, you know. Was out one time, co-workers, we all having a great time, and I'm just on the road. And a little young lady that was there, she was real young. She's old enough to drink. So she's in the process of drinking her drink, and whatever I said made her spit it all over the place. And I just said, I've always wanted to make you squirt, and everybody just hit the floor. I mean, I did have a little. I had some fantasies about it. I did. I mean, I'm a man. What man does not have fantasies about women they see? You know, I mean, why block it out? I just let it play through. And she thought it was cute. She had a big kick out of it, blah, blah, blah. And, but I don't know. I don't see myself as, you know, but I don't know. Last night she seemed to say the same thing. I'm like, okay. And I just made one simple request. I say, just dress casual, because we will be doing a lot of walking when you get to that Atlantic station. And she was like, oh, it's going to be that? Yeah, it's going to be that much. So if you're planning on wearing some heels, you better bring some slides or something, because this cement is not friendly to nobody's knees and ankles. It's not. So, and she's kind of like I like them. She's relatively on the slender side, all natural. She just got her hair cut, so I like that. You know, it's real short and curly. Told her one day when I'm not doing anything, I'm gonna come over and just count her freckles, because I think it's attractive. And she started laughing about that. So that's how my day is going. But I'm sure a lot of you are going to be getting out. Okay, William and everybody else, once again, good morning. Good morning to the good, the bad, and the mentally disturbed. I'm just rambling on, not going to have my glasses on much, so I'm not reading the screen. So, but once again, good morning to everybody that spoke, and I didn't speak back. So my apologies. So I'll continue on. I'll continue on after I make my coffee. So y'all hold on. So if you held on, I appreciate you. Now I have sticky fingers. Yeah, I'm making a mess this morning, y'all. I said, you know what? I'm gonna sit on here and I'm gonna do a little live chat, coffee and conversation, like I named it. Y'all just don't know how bad I want to get up and clean this kitchen because I just cooked my breakfast. But it'll wait. I'm gonna stop being like that. This thing, it looks like everything is out of place. And if I turn this camera around and show y'all, y'all be like, oh, that's nothing. But it is to me. Because I'm a neat freak. I am. But anyway, so I did mention to her that my afternoon and my evening's open. So like I said, I got up this morning. I got in 5 hours of work. And so by the time we go to the mess spot and hit a couple of places, I do have my bowling shoes. So I'm gonna put out the idea maybe we should go bowling. Because I haven't been in a while. I'm not great. I'm okay, but I'm not great. And yeah, I ride around with my bowling shoes in my truck. And I'm trying to find, well, I know where to buy it. So underneath my truck, the back seat, when it lifts up, you can buy that little compartment that goes under there. I saw one on Amazon that was discounted. It's down to like $89. I still think that's a little bit too high. So what I did when I got the truck, and when I got my truck before that, I don't know if any of y'all shop at Harbor Freight, but I do. So they have those tool bags in there. A lot of times they have them marked down to like $9.99. They're fairly big. I put 2 of those under my seat in the back, and I put my tools or whatever in there. So for $20, it took care of the situation. But I keep saying I want to buy the compartment. And the only problem with me, once I put that compartment in there and put the lining down the way I want, I'm going to be hearing stuff sliding around. And that's going to bother me while I'm driving. That's why I don't like to have a lot of people in my vehicle, because I don't like having people behind me talking no way. So I don't know if I'm going to order that. But yeah, bowling tonight, maybe. Y'all, I got a sneeze coming on, so y'all got to excuse me. If I aim towards the camera, y'all just duck. But as far as that, and for those of you that joined in late, like I said, I got to fix me some breakfast. Once I got back up off that computer, I sat down for a little bit, started a load of clothes, decided I better eat me some breakfast. So eating late. I was on the phone with my friend this morning for a little bit. We were on the talk for like 20 minutes, confirming everything. And her meeting me over there at the Mexican place, which is all fine and good. And I'm looking forward to it because the conversation is pleasant. I will say this. She is highly intelligent. She has a couple of degrees. She don't have any kids. Whew. Yeah, I said it. So it should be a good day. She's one of the few that can actually have a conversation and tell you things about herself. A lot of people can't do that. Because me, that's what I do. I don't know if I was meant to be a storyteller or what, but I can talk about myself. I can go all the way back to, I can remember my first whipping. I can remember as far back as where I didn't know what it was called, but I knew life existed, okay? I remember it's like I woke up one day, I was 3 years old. Okay, I don't know. Anything before that, I don't remember. 3 years old. A lot of people say babies or humans' first memory is usually like at 2 years old. I don't know, but I remember being 3. I remember being in that crib and hitting my head on the back of the wall because I wanted to get out of the crib. I can remember that. And maybe just tapping my head against that wall, maybe that's what brought me into reality. I don't know. And I do believe in life on other planets. Y'all, this is not just it. We are not the only ones. And for people that think that this is all there is, okay, I'm not going to put nobody down for their beliefs, but I'm just going to say okay. Because there are too many unexplained things. But I ain't going to lie to y'all, though. If a spaceship was to land right out there, I'll go in there and get my little manhole bag. Yeah, I got one. I keep little underwear and toothbrush. You know, y'all know what I'm talking about. I grab my bag and go stand right out there with my flashlight and just wishing they would beam me up or beam me over or whatever. And when I tell them, and like I tell y'all when I get back, oh, I'm all for it. I'm open to it. Me and some aliens? Oh, shit. Yeah, be looking at me like, oh my God, what is wrong with this dude? Yeah. I don't think we should be afraid of something like that, what's relatively the unknown, but who's to say that, you know, we don't have aliens walking around amongst us? You know, who's to say these weird looking people that all of a sudden people are looking more and more weird? We don't know who they are. We don't really know where these people came from. We don't know if they're already putting a glitch in people that's causing all this murder. People just all of a sudden, y'all hear the same story. He was a great kid. You know, he was in school, straight A's. He was this, he was that. You know, he was the head of the class and he volunteered at the church. Next thing you know, he don't flip and he don't kill 20 people. Who's to say they're not controlling minds already? I see, but they want to be quick to blame the government for stuff like that. And government taking credit for stuff they ain't even doing. Because they want to put fear in people. I do believe in that stuff. Yep. And before you say, man, you got some screws loose. We all got screws loose, but at least I admit to my screws being loose. And so whatever happened to me as a kid to today, I don't want to change it. I wouldn't dare go to some shrink and get on their couch and say I need to be fixed. I like the way I am. I don't have any regrets. Any. If I could choose to do one thing over again, let's see. Be more active in somebody's life as they were growing up. And I'm going to leave it at that because I don't get too personal about family stuff. But that would be the only thing I would do over again. But as far as where I am now in life and what the things I believe in and some of the things I've experienced, I wouldn't change that. No, I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't. So my little playmate texted me this morning, you know, my little slide through. And we got this little running game going. And I asked her permission to go out for lunch today, or late lunch, to meet this young lady. And she responded with LOL. She has to meet my approval. I showed her the picture. She said, yeah, you excused. So how's this, y'all? I got a hall pass from my little slide through. So because we play like that, like I said, why make things so serious? I like to play like that, you know, even though it's not her business, but she knows. I mean, I just like having a great time with things. And so she says, but it's going to cost you. So she sent me a link to these tennis shoes she wants. Y'all know what? I already ordered them. I already did. Because she's good and she's good to me. And we got history. And I'm going to go and admit it. I'm probably one of the few that has the longest running jump off known to man, okay? Yeah, so she's been around. Like I said, it's very few people that I trust with anything. I fully, completely trust her. And I joke with her all the time. Girl, you don't outlasted my marriages, and you met them. She said, I tried to tell you they were crazy. But she said, two crazy people, what do you do? I said, yeah, you're right, I am a little bit crazy. And this is just normal morning conversation that I usually have if I'm on the phone talking to somebody. I'm not saying anything disgusting, anything wild. You cannot have a conversation or a group conversation like this without offending somebody. I can get on here tomorrow morning and start a conversation about, does water really freeze at 32 degrees? And if I just say, well, I have a brand X refrigerator, freezer, somebody get mad because I have that brand over the brand they have. It's amazing how people's minds are so messed up that the only way they know how to exist is with negativity. Yeah, I get it all the time. I get it all day. It's like the old lady that was, well, I won't call her old, but the lady that was in the grocery store that they decided she just wanted to try me. And let me tell y'all something. I went in so hard on that lady. I had everybody behind her and in front of me laughing in line because I made a mistake and cut in front of her because I didn't see her. So I'm walking up and I don't see anybody, so I get in line behind the guy. But she's standing way back in the aisle. So when you walk across, you don't see anybody. So I get in the line and I hear her say, well, I was next. And I was like, oh, ma'am, I'm so sorry. I even started backing up to get behind her. I said, you go right ahead. I do apologize. I did not see you. I apologize. And she just went off. She also woke up on the wrong side of the bed. But then when she started saying things, I felt the racial tension coming out. So then I had to say something. And the stuff I said to that lady, obviously it had, even the cashier was rolling. And she wants to, don't make me go out to the car to get my husband. And I just simply said, well, why is he not in the store with you? He's that ashamed of you? I mean, I was like, look at you. You're a horrible mess. But she came for me. And like I say, I like to talk trash. I'm giving y'all the clean version because I don't want to get banned. And I ain't trying to be saying all these foul words that I said to her, but it's like, I'm just going on. And it just comes so easy to me. And people will say, well, damn, he pissed you off. No, I don't get mad when I do that. When I get mad, I get quiet because I start thinking ways I can just do something to you. I ain't talking about murder. I'm just talking about, I don't know, just something. But that makes me feel good when I go all the way off on somebody because we hold in so much. It does. A friend told me that one time we was out and I went in on this guy at the bar. Damn, man, he had hit him so hard. I said, y'all just don't know. Me cussing a some gun out like that, that's almost better than having an orgasm. I felt so good afterwards. I mean, I made him feel 2 feet tall because he decided to come in the bar with his big overgrown self and start harassing the brothers that were sitting at the bar. I'm just gonna put it like that. And he was, he was. Mm-hmm. And he just kept looking, he's already looking over there towards us. And my homeboy was like, man, what's his deal? I'm like, I don't know, man. He ain't bothering me. I mean, So I teased my buddy and said, maybe he want to take you home because he obviously staring at you. And so my buddy started laughing. So now Billy Bob decides to say something. How the hell, all this stuff. Like, I say, dude, we just having a private conversation, man. He got started. I must have roasted that dude till he was well done. I just like that feeling. But sometimes I'll just lay back and play like you heard me, you hurt my feelings. I'll let them get their best in, and then I don't rehearse nothing. I just start going in and going off. It's just what I like to do. Being around that kind of environment growing up. It's kind of like now today where everybody's doing this battle rap, but then back then it was called playing the dozens. And hell, I'm old, so I play the dozens. And I do like to cuss. I can cuss your ass out left, right, and we'll still be buddies. Until I met my matchmate, this lady, oh my God, she had a foul mouth, but I loved it. I loved the stuff she was saying. If only y'all knew. But overall, I'm a fairly nice person. I just like what I like. I'm not that one that just sits here and hide behind the scenes. And y'all know, I'm just gonna go and say this. So with these online bullies, I'm gonna give y'all a perfect example. What's so stupid is with these online bullies, these fools try to bring that into the workplace. Now, how in the whole hell you sitting here trying to bully me through instant messenger at work online, and you working 3 or 4 cubicles over? I'll politely get my ass up and go over there and deal with them directly. Like, hey, look, we're finna cut out all this bull. You know, that energy you sending me. Now we can talk about it right now, face to face. And you know what they say? No, that's not what I meant. I'm going through something. See, that's just proof in the pudding that them online bullies are nothing but cowards. I ain't challenging to fight nobody on the job, but I'm just simply saying, bring that same energy so we can have this good exchange, and then we can go to the break room and get a cup of coffee together. That's all. People have gotten to the point that they would rather hide behind words on a screen than to approach anybody. The only person that some of these online bullies will approach is their own mother, who's still housing them and feeding them. But see, she ain't got sense enough to kick their asses out. I don't give a damn who you is. If you one of mine, you would have been out of here. You'd have been gone. Waiting to 18 my ass. At 17, your room is already pretty much cleaned out. You better be looking. The army, something. You're gonna be gone. Yeah. I wouldn't waste time. When got all he doing is bragging about what he doing, bragging about where he going, bragging about what he had done to his car. And I always say, well, did you get mom's approval? 35 years old, living with his mama. And he always bragging about stuff. Hey, to each his own. Some of y'all in a position where you have to be at home. But do not turn the fact that you're too lazy and too weak to get out and make a way for yourself. Now that you've gotten to 35 and 30 years old, your lie is, well, you know, mom be needing help. Your mama don't need no help. Your mom got Mr. Earl across the street. And we talked about Mr. Earl the other day. Mr. Earl doing it. He on his grind. The only thing is, you still in the way. So every time you take them trips, Mr. Earl be right over there. Or she over Mr. Earl house. But see, they can't have their relationship because you in the way. How dare you sit here and block your own mama? Your mama trying to get it in and you blocking because you in her basement listening to every move she walk across the floor. And every time you hear her walking towards the kitchen, you appear like you're looking for a handout. You're looking for a free sandwich. Yeah, I'm talking about you. You know who I'm talking about. Not you, the other one. I'm talking about the other one. Yeah. But you calling yourself a grown man. Age does not make you a grown man. You haven't established anything. The only thing you've established is that car you got sitting in that driveway. You ain't got nothing else going for yourself. But you want to be this online bully, and you want to go and harass people, harass the people at the stores. And the only reason why I'm saying this because I saw this little young dude, the way he was acting towards this older gentleman in the store. It wasn't even none of my business, but I doubled back. And I was like, hey, young blood, what's up, man? How you doing? Dude, everything good? Yes, sir. Yeah, everything good, blah, blah, blah. See, his whole attitude don't change. I ain't even threaten him. I ain't say nothing to him. I just talked to him. And I looked over there and asked the older gentleman, you need some help with that? All he was doing was just getting his stuff. He was like, no, I got it, sir. He was like, thank you. But he knew I intervened. But the way that little young dude was acting towards that older gentleman, and it's another thing. All of you grown men that have young kids at home, and you may have an elderly parent that's, by the grace of the higher power is still here. Y'all need to start thinking about this. That could have been your parent in that store that little young blood was talking to. So when y'all see some stuff like that, you ain't got to go and bully the little young kid or young whatever that little fool is. Just go over there and start a conversation with him. Ask him how his day going. Get on his level. Ask him if he's a gamer. First thing gonna say is yes, because that's all they do. They have taken this whole video game thing and they trying to think that's real life. But them little games get your ass kicked if you mess with the right wrong one. So that's just a word of wisdom to y'all. So if y'all are out here and y'all are seeing this stuff and watching how they're acting towards especially elderly people, you ain't gotta go fight them. Just talk to the little dude. Yeah, man, what's happening, dude? How you doing today, brother? Get on that level. Wish him well. By then, whatever he was doing towards that elderly person, see, it's already been diffused. And that little elderly lady or the elderly gentleman, he gone on about his business. Don't be in such a rush that you got to run over the elderly to get to the store and get what you need. See, and all that comes out of respect. Sometimes it's moving back and allow that person to go in the store before you. Or if you're looking over your shoulder and you're a full grown man and you see a little old lady behind you with 3 items in a cart, and you could tell that, she's got some age on her, she's barely, dude, go ahead and let her go in front of you. I mean, come on now. Just allowing that little old lady to go in front of you at the checkout, in a way, that's a blessing. Everything you do is a blessing. So you need to think about that. Because if you manage to wise up, you may get to be that age one day. But like I said the other day, the death rate of people between 20 and 30 years old is high. You got more young people dying than the elderly now. So let that be keep running up in people's faces. And keep thinking nobody can't find you. If somebody really want to put hands on you, they can find you. So that's something y'all need to think about that. But these are things that a lot of people don't want to talk about. It's like my buddy who is actively in the church. And he asked me, about that one particular Saturday coming and speaking to the youth. And he knows I like to get on one. I said, well, can I be myself? He said, no, we're going to have to streamline it. I said, well, what good is it to go talk to these little young knuckleheads if you can't talk to them about the real deal, about everyday truths? I'm not finna come over there and babysit. Now, if I can't be up front and be straightforward with them, ain't no sense in me talking to them. What am I supposed to talk to them about? I would separate the group first of all. If it's 20 of y'all, I'm gonna get a show of hands of all the ones that still living at home with their parents. They going to over there in that back corner right there because they ought to be damn ashamed of themselves. They 35 years old, they still living at home, and they able-bodied men. And I don't see nothing wrong with them unless it's a mental thing. Like I said, unless it's health reasons. And I'm not gonna get into that. Y'all got to learn this thing. What I'm talking about. Be honest about this shit. They're going over there. The other one's going over here. And I ain't gonna talk to them about their preferences, whether they dating a man or a woman. That's their own business. It don't matter to me. Love who you love. Love who you love twice, 3 times if you got 3. That between you and them other 3 people. But if I can't be myself, there's no need for me to be talking to them. Because I'm not gonna sit up here and be talking about a bunch of stuff that don't matter to a bunch of knuckleheads. And I'm not saying every young person is a knucklehead. Every other one, in a lot of cases, depending on what city you're in. Depends on what town you're in. See, that's the thing. And now, you know, used to be back in the day when we would all go to the barbershop and we pull up, we get out the car. I'm talking about real young. We wasn't driving in. And it was always the old men that was at the corner, at the package store. Pollen, y'all, excuse me. Now we're driving by. We got 20, 25-year-old young guys standing on the corner. See how times have changed? But they ain't got nothing to do. They're just standing there. Like you just standing there waiting to die. Yeah, I know we all gotta go, but is that it for you? That's all you want to do in life? And especially with the job market, people need to stop lying saying they can't find a job. You know, just hustle a little bit. It may not be the job you want right now. So what? You got to drive that forklift. Or so what? You got to, you know, deliver meat for a living for a couple of years until you find something better. But this being unemployed, healthy, able-bodied men getting an EBT card. Why? My question is why? That's all. My question is why? And so for a lot of you that's wondering why, well, you this and you that, you doing that, you know, why you at home, you know, on a Thursday night? No, because I choose to. You know, I've done all I had to do, and I'm still doing it, but in moderation. I don't need to be in the street, you know, because one thing for sure, and two things for certain: when I leave up out of here, I got mine. You know, there's a lot of ways you can get somebody up off you. I do not walk around here even afraid of stuff like that, but I got sense enough to know that I shouldn't be over here at this particular time. Because I still roll through my old hood, because there's still people that's over in that area that know me, that was older than me. I watched them grow up, and yeah, there may be some of the ones that right now that they're up there standing, they ain't got nothing to do. When I roll through there, by the time I see them, I circle the block, come back, some McDonald's or a box of chicken, whatever, just hand it to them, man. You be safe. I just go on about my business, you know, because these are some of the same older cats back in the day that when somebody was messing with you, they were the one that was protecting you. They the one that kept all the mess off your block. Some of these same guys, now they're older and they up there. Why not give back? Why not offer them something? You know, if I see them, I got cash on me, I hardly ever carry cash, I'll give them $15, $20. Because I remember when I was young how they helped me. I can remember. So those are the things that you give back to. Don't matter what that guy was doing back in the day. It don't matter how many times he went to prison and came back. Now he's elderly. He's on the corner. He's tired. He's worn down. I'm gonna help him. Especially if I know him, I'm gonna help him. You know, because back when I didn't have a vehicle, I had a little girlfriend. I remember when he let me use his car to go to the movies. And I'll just keep it rolling. I would not say nothing negative about him. I would not see another friend and say, man, you ought to see such and such. He doing bad. Hell, I know he doing bad. That's why I helped him. It don't take a lot to help somebody. But society has gotten so selfish. And we all are guilty at that. That we could do a little bit better. We can. We don't even have to always make things about race, even though we all know that darn racism is still alive and well. And I love being challenged by it. Cause like I say, I love to cuss a some bitch out. So come on, bring it. Cause I want to embarrass you. That's all. I want to embarrass you in front of your friends. I want to watch you turn red right before my eyes. Now, the bad part about it, they don't come at me no more like that. I be wishing. You ever gotten up? You got to go to work and you just wish some bitch would. Yeah, I had those days. Cause I just don't get something out of me. I got buddies I call on the phone. We'll talk trash all day. I feel better cause we both got out that energy. Or he may call me talking about what his wife doing and what she ain't doing. And I might have to tell him, dude, I'm trying to tell you, she bored with you. You know, she needs somebody to put her out of her misery for about 2 hours. That's all. A woman start acting like that. She just needs somebody to just. I don't even gotta say it, y'all. I ain't finna get banned. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Cause she got that energy built up too. It's all pent up inside her. And right now she just wishing somebody would. Why y'all think all these older women out here that even if they ain't single, but they got these little young guys? Yeah. I wish I would marry right now and my old lady tell me, well, I ain't gonna lie, I just need a young dude to just come knock my socks off. I'll pull my chair up and sit right there and watch. Okay, let's do this. I would. And if you've been involved with me, they already know I damn sure okay. This ain't your party, it's finna be our party now. What time he coming? See, it's the thing. People don't want to talk to their spouses and be honest about their desires. And there are a lot of us that are on here right now that's that way. You can't even open up to them. But y'all got to stop doing that. And then, when you finally ask your old lady, go in there and ask her right now, baby, okay, I want you to be honest. Tell me who was your best and tell me why. She already know you're going to get mad and get jealous and you're going to start crying and you're going to go run to your mama's house. So no, I want to hear it, baby. Give me the truth. Give it to me. And when she started telling you all that stuff and you watch how her eyes change and how she light up talking about old dude. Oh, you're going to feel it right there. But you got to work through it. Because just like you sitting there thinking you the best she had, you the best she's had, like now since she been with you, you know, and you could absolutely be the best out of the last, I'm gonna keep it low because I ain't calling these women women of the street. You the best she's had out of the last 3. Okay, the last 3 she's had. But a lot of times men can't handle that truth. They can't handle it. And a lot of times women know it. And that's why they'll lie to you about that. Because they know you can't handle that truth. Yep. I mean, you just got through. You back there just digging off in it like you trying to see your way to China. You just digging in it. And she get up and she go in there and she fix her a sandwich and some water and she sit down. She ain't fix you a sandwich or a glass of ice water. You know why? Because you didn't do your job. The damn time you put a woman through the paces. You ain't even gotta ask for a sandwich. She know what you like. She gonna reward you. No, she'll just get up and get dressed and say, you wanna go to the store with me? And she'll leave you sitting there. She drive around the corner, get on the phone with her girl, I don't know what I'm gonna do with James. This is sorry. Like you sitting there thinking that you just don't conquer the world. She walk right past that kitchen, then you can get you your sandwich on the way out that door. And if you think I'm lying, and you sitting over here watching me and you young, you think I'm lying, ask your mama. Ask your auntie. They'll tell you the truth. They're probably close in age to me. Ask them how it is and how it was. Why you think when you go over there and visit your grandmama and your granddaddy, and you go over there in the middle of the day, why you think he always got that sandwich and that glass of juice or water right there? Because he was doing his thing back in the day, and she still love him for it. He ain't even got to ask for nothing. See, all that come with relationship and being in love. But you still have to be with that woman that deserves that and deserves you. So if she's not appreciative of that, then you fight the battle. Y'all can't appreciate each other. And these are some of the things, if you sit down, I don't care if you sit down and talk to me, or you talk to your own daddy or your uncle, they gonna tell you the same stuff. It may not be worded the same way, but we all gonna tell y'all the same thing. So if you having problems at home with your old lady, yeah, you and your daddy might not be the coolest. Just go over there and sit down over there and talk to him. Whether he's staying at home with your mama or not, wherever he is, go over there and sit down and talk to him. First thing he gonna say, you got woman problems. He already know. He can look at you when you walk in the door. He can just see the weakness in your eyes. He already know. But whatever that man tell you, take heed to it. Listen to it. Ingest it. Inhale it like you do that weed you smoking right now. Yeah, inhale it. Because where society has gone wrong and the way they have taught us is to believe that we should stay in our own. You know, it's okay to ask somebody older for advice. Y'all, it's okay. It's okay. Nothing wrong with it. Because you're gonna mess around and learn something if you ain't careful. Keep listening to me or somebody like me, you're gonna mess around and learn something. And for those of you that's been on here, that's been on several of my lives, some of the stuff I've said, you've thought about it. Even though you may come back the next day or the next 3 days being the same old knucklehead you were from day one, but you're paying attention. See, it's got you coming back. So that says a lot. That's the reason why you're back. That's why a lot of times when I tell y'all, no, I don't have my glasses on, so I can barely see this screen. I can barely see y'all's messages. Because even though majority of y'all got some great things to say, I don't want that to disturb what's on my mind or the random stuff coming out of my mouth. That's all it is. That's all it is. I'm not ignoring none of y'all. I see the thing scrolling. I appreciate y'all. No, even the ones that hadn't caught on yet, I appreciate you. Because at one point, you've heard something that stuck home with you. You know, you felt it. Whether you want to admit it or not. But I guarantee you one thing, you and that little young chick you got around the corner, if you go over there and talk to your uncle, talk to your daddy, you can ask your mama for some advice. She gonna tell you. She gonna tell you why your girlfriend tripping. She gonna tell you. And what your mama gonna tell you ain't gonna like. She gonna tell you, boy, I've been told you, but get off that video game. You better pay that girl some attention, or somebody else will. But nah, but mama, I'm at level such and such. It don't matter if you're at level 9. Your girlfriend is at a higher level and you got to tend to her. And before you ask, why am I single? Because I damn sure want to be. Okay? That's why. Me having a girlfriend at this day of time, it's not. Hell, I can have 3 right now. But I don't want the trouble. I don't want to have to feel like everything I do, I got to always do it for somebody else first. Y'all don't understand. I've done that. People get tired of that mess. There are so many single men in their 50s and 60s out here that want to stay single. And they still got 2 or 3 jump offs, if you will. And if you ask the average brother that's 50 to 60 years old, and if he's got 3 of them, one of them gonna be at least 20 years younger than him. And before you say, well, he can't do nothing with her, she's the one to keep the fire burning. He ain't gotta do much. It's the inside. It's what excites him about her. So that's where the young heads got it wrong. I ain't saying all of them. They're saying most, a small amount, 2 or 3. That make y'all feeling better. Okay, 2 or 3 of them got it wrong. Cause I know, cause I listen to what these ladies say. I listen to what they're telling me about us, how they're saying us men ain't no good and because of this and because of that, and he ain't doing this. And I listen. And they all know what I'm gonna say. Well, why don't you trade them in or trade up? You know, trade up. That's all you gotta do. And if you call yourself being with me, and if I'm not measuring up, if I don't step up to the plate, then we gotta talk about what we're gonna do about this. What it's gonna take for you. And anytime I ask a woman that, you better damn well be ready to tell me the truth. No matter what it is. Because I'm open to all suggestions. I am. Because of all this stuff back there in the back of my mind that I just be racing through my mind, just wishing she would say this or wishing, and I've even asked her about some things. And it ain't always gonna be something dirty, but you want to get to know that person. You know, because how can I give you what you want if you don't even know what you want? And that's the case with a lot of young ladies. You ask them, what you looking for in a man? I don't even know. Then how you? So if you don't know, that's why you keep coming around saying these men, they can't do nothing for me. They can't do nothing for you because you don't even know what it is you want. That right guy right now might be that same guy that been looking out for you. Always had your back for the last 2 years. He just over there. And you know everything about him. But your life is still secretive. I can tell that with a lot of people that I'm having phone conversations with, and she may call me telling me stuff that's going on, but she's not telling me about what's happening. I'm like, well, what the hell are you talking about? Just start off in the middle of the conversation. Now I gotta back up and wait for them to tell me what's really going on. See, you can't learn about nothing like that. People need to learn how to have a good conversation. That's why I titled this one "Coffee and Conversation," because as y'all can see, I ain't shut up since I noticed 2 people was on here. Cause I can talk, and I wish this was a two-way dialogue. And that's why a lot of times I sign up and I get into some of these video chat groups because I like to see and hear what other people are talking about. Because sometimes just talking to your same old friends just ain't gonna cut it. I can get in a chat group and we having conversations with people like old dude, Alan, I think his name was. He's in Brazil. We having conversations with people all over the world, knowing what other people are thinking. And I think I like to do that now because growing up, I was in such of a small neighborhood, small community. I didn't know what was going on outside that world, in the world. Now I want to know. I'm very curious. I want to know. So that's why I reach out like that. And I do enjoy some of the conversations I get from those groups. And the only groups that I get in are the ones of people that's actively talking. I don't want to be in a book reading group. I don't want to be in a spiritual mind group. No, I want to be in a group of people with like minds that love to talk about things that's going on in their lives. It ain't always got to be dramatic and sad, but you're getting to know people because all of y'all are sharing a screen together. And sometimes I go 2 or 3 months and don't even get into a group. But when I do, it's like, people actually notice you've been gone because they're used to talking to you. And you're going to learn more from people that way. Because I got my knucklehead friends. I don't want to keep talking to them because, we're not going to grow together because all we're doing is sitting around talking about the exact same thing. We're not going to grow. So since I can't just up and fly off and go to Brazil or Hawaii, or one guy was in Haiti, but they're right there on the screen. We all having a good conversation. And in the beginning, when some of the dialect was hard for me to understand them, as I listen to these people talking, going on and talking sometimes, I got to where I can understand them. It's like your mind, your ears get trained to it. They're speaking English, but it's broken. And for them, to them, my English is broken. Because I'm a Southern country boy. So I know they ain't understanding me half the time. But you kind of can understand it because of their mannerism, and they're using their hands. And they actually engaging in something that's holding your attention. And that's where social media has messed up a lot of stuff. It's gotten everybody that's retreated back to their own corner of the world. Nobody wants to interact. And if you think I'm lying, spend a whole week at work just watching other people. They don't interact. And it's kind of spookily weird to me how they just move about, you know. And do I profile them? Yes. Oh, he'll be the one that'll go off on somebody. He'll be the one that'll come up with a gun. Go in the store, you'll see the same thing. Y'all know I'm right. But in the meantime, I got clothes to fold. I got to clean this kitchen and get ready for my outing. So I'll probably report back in later on tonight, let y'all know how my day went. I'll let y'all know if she deserves a call back, or even if I think I'm gonna get a call back. So until then, everybody have a great Saturday. Y'all be safe. Talk to you later.